Title: First Contact. The Key to Survival. The massive black monolith hovered above Earth's atmosphere, casting an ominous shadow across half the globe. Its surface absorbed light like a cosmic void, and no signals, radio, thermal, or otherwise, escaped its shell. Humanity had been united in fear, governments scrambling to make contact or prepare defenses. It was clear this was not an asteroid or a natural phenomenon. Inside the United Nations crisis bunker, Dr. Eleanor Grant, a leading xenobiologist, studied the alien probe's imagery on her tablet. The sudden appearance of the monolith had paralyzed global economies, but she found herself fixated on the geometric etchings along its surface, patterns that seemed almost deliberate, like a language. Dr. Grant, a voice crackled in her earpiece. The monolith just deployed something. A smaller vessel is descending. Her pulse quickened. Where is it landing? Near the Mojave Desert. The military has quarantined the area. You're on the first chopper out. The small alien craft sat in the desert sand like a jewel, its surface shimmering with shifting colors. Around it, a swarm of armed soldiers kept their rifles trained. As Eleanor approached, a hatch opened with a soft hiss. From the shadows emerged a creature unlike anything she had imagined. It stood 7 feet tall, its body composed of sleek, segmented armor that shimmered like liquid mercury. Its elongated head had no eyes, just a single, pulsing cyan light where a face might be. "Do not be alarmed," the alien said, its voice resonating in perfect English, though its metallic body never moved. Eleanor froze. "You speak our language?" The alien tilted its head slightly. "We have been observing your species for some time. I am Kal-Terak, an emissary of the Tenebri." "And why are you here?" Eleanor asked, her voice steady despite the tremor in her hands. "To save your kind," Kal-Terak replied. Hours later, inside the military base, Eleanor and Kal-Terak sat across from one another in a sterile briefing room. Behind a one-way mirror, generals and diplomats watched the exchange nervously. "You claim you're here to help," Eleanor said, leaning forward. "Help us with what?" "The monolith," Kal-Terak explained, "is not ours. It is a relic of the Voryx, a species that harvests intelligent life. They have detected your technological advancements and have come to claim your world." The room fell silent. "Why would you help us?" Eleanor pressed. Kal-Terak's cyan light dimmed momentarily, as if in contemplation. "We were once like you, young, ambitious, curious. The Voryx came for us too. Only a handful of my kind survived. It is our penance to ensure others do not suffer as we did. Why should we trust you?" A voice barked from a speaker, one of the generals observing. Kal-Terak turned its head slightly. "You have no choice." Over the next week, Kal-Terak worked with Earth's brightest minds to devise a countermeasure against the Voryx. The alien revealed that the monolith was a beacon, calling reinforcements. Earth's only chance was to disable it before the fleet arrived. But something didn't sit right with Eleanor. Late one night, as she studied Kal-Terak's shared schematics, she noticed an inconsistency. The energy patterns required to disable the monolith matched those of a transdimensional gate, a portal. "Kal-Terak," she confronted the alien the next day. "What are you really doing?" The alien's light flickered, almost imperceptibly. "Explain." "This isn't a weapon to destroy the monolith. It's a portal. You're trying to bring something or someone here?" Kal-Terak remained silent for a long moment before responding. "You are perceptive, Dr. Grant." "Yes, the device will summon reinforcements." "My people." "You lied to us," Eleanor said, her voice rising. "Why?" "If the Voryx are not stopped here, they will move on to other worlds. My kind cannot fight them alone. We need allies, your kind." Eleanor's mind raced. If Kal-Terak was telling the truth, humanity's survival hinged on a precarious alliance. But what if the Tenebri were no better than the Voryx? The countdown to activate the device began. Tensions ran high as Eleanor stood by Kal-Terak, watching the portal hum to life. She had made her decision. "Are you ready?" Kal-Terak asked. Eleanor hesitated, then nodded. "Let's hope you're worth trusting." As the portal stabilized, Shadowy figures began to emerge, tall, metallic forms like Kal-Terak, but larger and more menacing. The Tenebri reinforcements had arrived. But so had something else. The monolith began to pulse, releasing a deafening, otherworldly sound. The Voryx had noticed. Eleanor turned to Kal-Terak. "This better work." "It will," the alien replied. "Together, we have a chance." As the first wave of Voryx drones descended from the monolith, humanity and the Tenebri stood side by side, ready for a battle that would determine the fate of two species. To be continued.